previous video, we looked at user engagement and the implications it has for ranking in today's search engines. This video, we're going to be taking a look at page experience and how that impacts search. So Google's made a big deal about page experience over the last few years. Things like Core Web Vitals has given us some indication of what they're looking for from our pages. So we need to make sure that we're following the guidelines when it comes to Core Web Vitals. Making sure that we're having a site that's fast, that loads in a way that's easy for the user to interact with our content, and that content doesn't move around on the page. Mobile usability is also a factor. From a B2C or a consumer standpoint, Google is very concerned with mobile search. Even though a lot of business is still done on the desktop, mobile search is still where they indexed first. They are a mobile first platform. So having responsive UI, easy navigation, and optimized content for mobile plays a role for your pages as well. And safety. We've hit on this a number of times, and Google is very, very serious about the safety of a page. Things as simple as making sure that you have an SSL certificate and that you're having a page that is safe for the user to browse is very important. So what can we do? What are some things that we can do to make sure our pages are optimized from a page experience standpoint? Well, optimize your LCP and a Core Web Vitals, compress your images, improve the way your server responds, lazy load your images, things like that will help improve your score. For FID, minimize your JavaScript. Try to break up these long tasks so that the page loads faster. And lastly, you need to stabilize your CLS. Make sure that you reserve space for the elements, right? And that your CSS is consistent throughout the page. You don't want your page moving all around and really getting out of whack when the user goes to engage with and interact with it. You also need to make sure that you're focused on mobile. Mobile search matters. Even if you're not in a mobile first industry, it still matters. Have a responsive design. Optimize the touch interactions on the page and make sure that it loads fast. Also, have high security standards. This is something that a lot of businesses may not take as serious. You know, maybe they have an SSL certificate, but then they have unsecure content on secure pages. Those create some conflicts, and honestly, Google's reading that, and they're looking at your page and saying, well, this is not a completely secure page, especially if you're in e-commerce and you need to take orders or have any kind of credit card information on your site. Security is very, very important. So if you're going for transactional queries, but your site's not secure, you're gonna have a hard time ranking. Page experience plays a huge role in search. It's interwoven into everything else that we've talked about in this series of videos. So take the time to follow these recommendations to make sure that your site is ready for SEO in 2024 and beyond. So lastly, I want to talk about monitoring and adaptation. Make sure that you're using Google Search Console. Search Console will help make sure that your pages are where they need to be. At least give you some insights on what's going on, and also use page speed insights. Dissect how your page is loading. What does it look like when it's loading from a crawler standpoint? And what are the optimizations you can make to make a better page experience overall? Then iterate and improve. Make these changes, track the performance data to make sure that your site really is living up to those expectations. And make sure you're always monitoring updates. Google, from the search liaison, they tweet out a lot of updates going on. They have things on the search blog over at Google. So just make sure that you're connected to the community. Watch this channel. We try to stay up to date with what's going on with Google as well. That way you can always be ahead of the game and ahead of your competition and make sure that your site is really the best experience for your end users. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you have any questions about what we talked about today or any of the other videos on this channel, comment below. We'd love to continue that conversation with you. And until next time, happy marketing.